All right, we're going to go through how to set up a newsletter. We're going to do the front end where we create a newsletter sign-up form. We're going to put that on a page, and then we're going to do the back end where we create the workflow for the sign-up. And from the sign-up, we're going to drop the contact into the appropriate year using the drop-and-sync system. Of course, every newsletter starts with a form, so we're going to go to Sites, we're going to go to Forms, and we're going to create a new form. We're going to call it Newsletter Sign-Up, and we're going to try to make this as frictionless as possible. So I'm going to delete first name and last name. I'm going to delete the phone. And I'm going to delete the checkboxes for the terms and conditions. The very fact that they hit the submit button means they consent. So I'm going to delete these. And I'm going to delete the privacy policy. You can leave it in if you want. I just delete it. We're going to add back the full name. I'm going to change the color of the button and the verbiage. Select the gear icon. Go to Colors and Background. I'm going to change the background color because I know what color I need for the sample website we're going to use. So I select the color, add new color, drop in my color code, save that, and change the content to subscribe. And save this. Then I'm going to go back to my websites. You'll see the newsletter sign-up form has been saved. I'm going to go to Websites. I'm going to use the sample A2P approval website. I'm going to edit the homepage. I'm going to add a section, click the plus button, go to Sections, drag in a full width section. I'm going to add 2 columns. In the first column, I'm going to add a heading, change the text to sign up for our newsletter. In the second column, I'm going to add a form. I'm going to select our newsletter sign-up form, and I'm going to save and preview this. Now the form is set up on the web page. Of course, I just swag this in. You can make it nicer, put it at the bottom of the page, do whatever you like. So now we're going to get into the workflows. I'm going to go back, go to Automation, create a new workflow, start from scratch, name the workflow, newsletter sign-up, add a new trigger, go to Form Submitted, add filters, select Form is Newsletter Sign-Up. We'll save that trigger. I'm going to assign to a user, Monica Jackson, save the action. I'm going to create a tag, add contact tag. This is a new tag, so I'm going to have to add a new tag. Save that. I'm going to add opportunity, create update opportunity. The pipeline is all opportunities. The stage is newsletter sign-up. In the opportunity name, I put the contact name and the contact email. In the opportunity source, I'm just going to use the web page. There's no value, and I'm going to allow duplicate opportunities. Save the action. Now I'm going to send the contact a welcome email. Go down, send email. I don't have to put a from name or a from email. It's going to come from my email server. You can enter a template, start from Smart Builder or Quick Compose. I just did a Quick Compose. Hi, contact first name, blah, 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 welcome, email user signature. That's why we assigned it to a user. I'm going to track my clicks. I'm going to save the action. Okay, we did that pretty quick. Let's go back and see what we missed. I'm going to go ahead and publish this and save it. There's a couple of things about the form that I missed and a couple of things that I can show you. I'm going to go back, go to Sites, go to Forms, and pull up the newsletter sign-up form. One thing I missed is I didn't make the full name required. So I'm going to select the gear icon and go down and check required. I'm going to save that. Then I'm going to go to Settings. And this is what the user sees when they hit the subscribe button. You want to personalize this to a newsletter subscription, and you want to tell them to check their spam. Your custom text should thank them for signing up for the newsletter, tell them to look for the welcome email, and please check your spam and promo folders. Not only that, tell them that if in the promo folder, please move to the primary inbox. The more people that move your email into their primary inbox will indicate to Google that you're a trusted email sender. So make sure you do this. Okay, let's check this out and see how it works. I've got Chris Jackson in here with an email address I can access. I'm going to select subscribe, and now I have my message that was sent after the subscribe button was selected. Let's go back to the system. You'll see in our conversations that an opportunity was created in newsletter sign-up. The welcome email was sent. If we go over to opportunities, we'll see Chris is in the newsletter sign-up opportunities. If we go to the workflow, pull up the workflow, go to enrollment history, and we can see Chris has been enrolled. I can watch what happened. He came in, form submitted, it was assigned to a user, had a tag, we checked the opportunity, and it sent the email. If we check the email, we'll see that the welcome email came to the email, and everything we defined in the email came through. This is the user signature, and this is the contact's first name. Okay, so we've got the contacts signed up, and we ran them all the way through to the welcome email. Now we need to push them to the drop-and-sync system. We do that by using the if-else statement. Select the add, select the if-else, and we're going to create branches for every year. We're going to select the date. We're going to select current year is 2026. We're going to add a branch, call it 2027, select date, current year is 2027. Add another branch, 2028, date, year is 2028. And one more branch, date, year is 2029. I'm going to save this action, and now we have our 4 years. For each year, we're going to send them to the entry point for the drop-and-sync years. I'm going to add the workflow, and then I'm going to select the right entry point for the year. I'm going to select entry point 2 emails per month, email campaign 2026. I'm going to pass my input parameters and save the action. I'm going to rename this and call it 2026. Save again, and then I'm just going to copy this across to the next 3 years. Select the 3 dots, copy action, copy here, copy here, copy here. Then I'm going to go back into this one and change it to 2027. So I'll change the action name to 2027, and I'll go find the entry point for 2027 for 2 emails per month. Make sure the pass input is selected, save the action. Go to 2028, change this to 28, find the entry point for 28, 2 emails per month, save the action. Go to the next one and go to 2029, find the right entry point, save the action, save the workflow. Now when someone comes in, they're going to come down through the workflow, get the welcome email, and then go to the drop and sync entry point for the appropriate year. So let's test this out again. So now I've got a new contact with a new email, and when this contact subscribes to the newsletter, we're going to follow them all the way through the workflows. So I'm going to select subscribe. We're going to go back to the system. We're going to go to the newsletter sign up. We're going to look at our enrollment history. We see Susan Smith signed up. We're going to follow her through the workflow, and you can see she came in. She got the welcome email. Today is August 10th. Today is August 10th, 2026. So she went into the year 2026 and exited the workflow. Now this is classic high-level confusion. Ideally, you would see this would be the last action taken, but when you send someone to a workflow from another workflow, the last action you see is the one previous to the workflow send. But this person should go to the entry point 2 emails per month, 2026. So let's go check that. We're going to go back again, go to the drop and sync system, go to 2026, 2 emails per month. Let's go to the 2026 entry point, go to enrollment history. We see Susan's there. Let's follow her flow. She entered here. We added the tag. Then she went to the 3rd quarter workflow. So now let's go to the 3rd quarter workflow. We go back again, go to the 3rd quarter, and I see her sitting right here waiting until August the 17th. If I select this, you'll see Susan Smith is here. The next execution is August the 17th. If we go to enrollment history, we can follow her path. She came in from the entry point, determined it was August, met the condition that it was after the 3rd, and now she's waiting on August 17th for the 2nd email. So the drop and sync system worked perfectly. Okay, there's one more part about this that I want to talk to you about. There is a strategy that whenever you get a lead that comes in, no matter how that lead comes in, whether it's a contact form, a survey, chatbot picks somebody up, if you get a name and an email, you add them to the newsletter workflow. For example, if I go back again, and go to my appointment triggers, personal calendar appointment. We've gone through all this. Everybody gets notified. And at the end of this workflow, we can add them to the newsletter workflow. We'll just select the plus button, add to workflow, and select the newsletter sign-up workflow. Pass the input parameters, save the action. Now, after someone books an appointment and they go through the whole process, they're going to be added to the newsletter workflow. But there's one problem with this. It's a possibility that the person who booked the appointment is already in the newsletter workflow. So at the end of all your workflows, if you're going to send everyone to the newsletter workflow, you need to check and see if they've already been enrolled. So I'm going to go back to the newsletter sign up, and I'm going to put another if statement in. Now remember, when they enroll in this workflow, we add a tag, and it's newsletter sign up. So what we want to do is check for that tag. So I'm going to add my if statement. I'm going to call it check tag. I'm going to go to the contact details, standard fields, tags, includes, newsletter sign up. I'm going to save that action. So we actually want the workflow to be on the other side of this if statement. So I'm going to select the 3 dots. I'm going to move all actions from here. I'm going to move them over here. Now it's going to check the contact and see if it has the newsletter signup tag. If they have the newsletter signup tag, they're going to come over here. If they don't have a tag already, then they're going to run through the regular workflow. But you don't want to send a welcome email to somebody who already has the tag. So it's just a simple little checkpoint that makes sure when you enroll someone into this workflow, they don't get the welcome email and then pushed back through the rest of the system.